All right. Good evening. So I saw a Twitter post today about a very weird Schumann resonance graph. So normally the Schumann graph looks like you can see on the left. And what this graph shows is it's a spectrograph, meaning it shows you the intensity of frequencies over time. So at the top is 0 hertz, and at the bottom here we have 40 hertz, and these indicators are hours. So this area is 1 hour. So you have basically from 0 to 1, it is showing what happens over the time span of 1 hour across 0 to 40 hertz. So the Schumann resonance is roughly 7.8 hertz, and then it has some overtones or harmonics, and that is why you can see here the main resonance going at slightly below 8 hertz, and then you have the harmonics that are roughly double that. So you see that's first harmonic, second, and so on, right? So normally it looks somewhat like this. So there's most going on 7.8, some stuff going on down here, and a little bit less of the main harmonic duplicated here in the upper harmonics. So that's what people kind of expect. You have a lot of shenanigans going on whenever the powers that be run their technologies around the globe, and this in some cases reflects on this graph. So whenever you see crazy stuff going down on this graph, that is usually because someone turned on some technology. So anyway, now this here is really fucking crazy. So all right, so first it looks really crazy. Now if we go more into it, we can see if we compare here, this is what's supposed to be the 7.8, right? And you can see here that the main line suddenly goes below. So first thing that we see is the normal 7.8 is dropping significantly. Well, actually, first off, we don't know what happens in this gap, so that is blacked out. It can be a sensor blackout, or it can just be, kind of censored bit where someone turned off the sensor transmission, so we don't see it. We cannot really say, we can only speculate. Anyway, after the blackout, we see the main intensity, the main harmonic going down, sorry, the main frequency. And we have a subharmonic here that is, it's also not really a harmonic. I mean, it is, but not of this anyway. So it all looks weird because all of these are not double, are not doubles of each other. Meaning here we have like 7.8, and here we have kind of twice the frequency, and so on. These, however, are discrete. They don't really run as harmonics. So it looks to me like this is completely technological. Whatever is going on here, it makes no sense to me from a frequency point of view. Anyway, so my first thought was, okay, let me see if this is legit. So this image, as you can see here, is from this website. So we go here, this is the Space Observing System, Comprehensive Monitoring Data in Tomsk. This is the Russian Ionospheric Space Observatory from the some kind of university in Tomsk. Space Observing System. So they collate a lot of data from a lot of ionospheric monitoring stations around the world. So you can see all the stations here. It's not just some bullshit. This is just a science operation where they take all these stations measurement and display them in a graph. So my first thought was, oh, okay, that's fake because we don't see anything here. Then someone pointed out to me that this is just the electromagnetic background level and not the actual Schumann resonance. So the actual Schumann resonance is here. So we go over here. This is, oh, sorry, that's not translated. Right, so I couldn't really read that. So if I go to the Schumann resonance here, this is where we end up, but we can't really read it. So I put the page into Google Translate. Now we can see what's going on. So let's go to Schumann resonance here. Yep, that's where we are. Just to confirm. It's having trouble translating, so let me do that Russian to English. All right, Russian, English. It looks like Google is having a weird day too. Anyway, so here we see, okay, it's actually legit. Schumann bot on Twitter showing this 14 hours UTC, June 18th. And the actual source page is showing the same thing. So for one, we know this is not just somebody who, put out a joke with some funny graphics and pretended this is the official Schumann graph. All right, so still we can only speculate what's going on. I don't see rainbow colors just by sitting on this chair. So whatever it is, I have not ascended yet to the 5th dimension either. And also we have to keep in mind, like, these patterns are going very slow. So my next idea was, okay, what if we could turn this into sound? So I know, so this will not be accurate because this is actually from 0 to 30 hertz. You can't really hear that. This is electromagnetic radiation visualized in a spectrograph. So if you turn it into sound, it will not be accurate. It will just mean it is an approximation, right? But I wanted to try it anyway. So there's this thing called sonification, which means you turn a spectrograph into sound. All right, so I found this tool. By the way, all the links will be in the description. So I found this tool. I cropped out the part of the spectrogram, right? I just cropped only this part, and I cropped around this text thing here. So we kind of starting right here at slightly after hour 20. And we don't take any of this first part because the text part would mess it up and it would ruin the sound, which is not 100% accurate anyway. All right, so what I do, I take the sound and tell it that it's really big. So now I select the content. Where's the waveform? It's everywhere. Give it the highest accuracy, which is 1 in this case. Doesn't go any better. I can only do 20 seconds, which is, again, not very accurate because this graph is covering 32 hours and we will squeeze it into 20 seconds. So disclaimer, it's really a rough estimation with tools and a process that I just slammed together in 5 minutes. Anyway, someone else will be able to take their MATLAB or whatever sound processing they do and do this properly. Sonification on the whole 32 hours and then speed it up and properly map it to octaves and whatnot. So I'm just trying to inspire a sound engineer here. Okay, here goes. I hope you can hear this. You can hear this. So create from selected area. All right, it's going through this, rendering each second. Okay, looks good. Now we play it. So as you can see, really rough. It's really, you know, if this is real, someone just turned on some weird ass machine that is showing up on these sensors. It's not the cosmic harmonic. It's not the age of Aquarius. At least it doesn't really seem to it like seem to me like it. Just because you see some colorful stuff and some lines and some circles, it doesn't mean automatically that you are suddenly in the fifth dimension. I mean, please let me know in the comments if I completely messed this up and if there's a better way. I'm really curious. But this was like first try on um, getting to grips with this weird graph in a more sensual way. So okay, so I don't really know what this sound is doing. Maybe I just transmitted something that has harmful effects. I hope not, but it kind of reminds me of these movies where someone puts out a kind of riddle and then someone else solves it, transmits the solution, and someone dies because of that, or something bad happens. Yeah, I hope it wasn't one of these. Um, so let me know in the comments what you think. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good evening.